Probably the ultimate weapon in terms of the marine environment in Australia is the sawfish. It's a type of shark, and it's got this long rostrum, big long nose, and it's got these wicked teeth, big teeth that go down the whole side of the saw.
Sawfish are found in the tropical waters of northern Australia in the murky inshore areas. And if you're a keen fisherman, watch out. It's an encounter you don't want to experience.
People, when they've caught them on fishing lines, brought them in, and the sawfish, as soon as it feels threatened, will just start flicking this blade around. So a lot of people have been impaled by these blades. These animals can get over 5 meters long. That means the saw blade is longer than me. What's happened a lot in the past is that the fishermen, when they've caught them in nets or even trawlers, have shot the animal to deal with it, and then have to hack it apart to get it out of the net.
The sawfish is in a group which is halfway between sharks and rays. Their gills are on the underside, so technically they're a ray. The tail is very shark-like, but the front end of the body is very much flattened out. Sawfish live in both salt and fresh water, usually traveling upstream to breed. Juveniles are often 1.5 feet long at birth, and as they grow older, move downstream and ultimately end up out into the ocean.
They sit there on the bottom, and they just use this as the ultimate blade. So once a fish comes too close to them, they'll strike at it in just a fraction of a second and just hit it, and then keep hitting it and just massacre the fish, you know, cutting it into pieces and then feed upon it.
Their teeth are razor sharp and are basically there to puncture and destroy their prey. In defense, the saw is a destructive weapon in a world amongst bull sharks and crocodiles.
Because the sawfish are living in the northern tropical waters, where it's really murky, they're not relying on their eyesight. So they're sitting there and they hold the blade slightly up, but the blade is covered in the electrical receptors. And so as soon as the sawfish feels the electric field of a fish close enough to it, it can actually tell the size of the prey by the size of the field given off, and then they'll strike at it. It's not just one strike. They'll just, in the blink of an eye, they'll hit it like 6 times. So it's like bang, 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 bang. The sawfish can swing the whole blade, and they can pivot sort of about halfway down their body. So they can strike at 90 degrees all around them in the blink of an eye. And when you think about how fast that blade is traveling through water, which is very viscous, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of power.
The power of the sawfish has been seen since the days of the dinosaurs. There's evidence of teeth being embedded in the skulls of the dinosaurs that were specialist feeders on the sawfish. Today, the sawfish is critically endangered, mainly due to commercial fishing. It's not because the fishers are hunting the animals, but more the case that the animals get tangled in the nets as bycatch. In years gone by, the rostrum was often cut off and kept as a trophy. A barbaric act of cruelty, as the fish would no longer have the ability to defend itself or catch its prey.
You often see the blades in people's homes in northern Queensland, you know, where it's been kept as a souvenir. And I know of one case where 2 young boys were having a sword fight with one, and one brother hit the other brother with it and basically impaled him on the blade. So the sawfish had been dead for many years and still had its revenge.